Oh,
Yes, sir. How you doing?
what's up? This David.
Yes, sir.
There you go. So what's all right? So now we can chop it up a little clearer here. All right. Now earlier you mentioned that you had a black friend.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and your black friend was there. Now, what does your black friend feel about some of your suspected white supremacist views?
Well, my black friend doesn't think anything racist because he's got common sense to know that all he's got to do is get up and go to work and quit worrying about everybody else and worry about himself, and he can make a difference in his own life. Let me tell you something, brother. You can only be a slave if you're willing to be a slave. Okay? You can't come and slave me if I don't let you.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Some people are taken by force, and black people, we've been taken by force, and we are enslaved by the system of white supremacy now, and we don't know how to get out of it. And that's the problem.
Oh, you don't know how to get out of it? I'll tell you how to get out of it.
Tell me. Let's hear this.
I will. Go get a job, and go to work, and get an education,
Okay.
and beat the system. Is
Okay.
the system corrupt? Listen to me. Is the system corrupt, sir?
Okay.
It is corrupt.
Okay,
The
let's
system
slow it
is-
down, Dave. We're gonna slow it down. Because I want to tackle everything you're saying. You said get a job, get an education. Okay, the jobs in this country and the education are totally controlled by the white supremacists. Is that true or not?
No, it's not.
Okay. Tell me what jobs are not controlled by the white supremacists.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You tell me.
Sir, I asked you a specific question,
Okay,
Dave.
I'm fit to right now. Now, see, listen. The people was complaining about me not letting you answer and all that, but you wasn't letting me answer either. So you're going to ask me a specific question.
Yes.
I'm going to answer it directly.
Okay.
All right?
I don't want you to change the subject now. I want you to answer specific
I'm not.
questions.
I'm not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to counter your point. It's called a counter argument.
How about just an answer, Dave? Just give me an
Learn
answer.
what that is. All right. So here we go, man. Every job that you see in this country is not ran by some mystical white man in a sheet. There's plenty of black-owned businesses out here. There's plenty of Fortune 500 companies that are black-owned, by the way. There's plenty of record labels, plenty of promotional labels, plenty of everything that's black-owned.
Name one.
Listen,
Name a Fortune 5 company, sir. Name a Fortune 500 company run by black people. Name them.
Well, like I said, I don't have them right in front of my face.
Oh, because they don't really exist like that, brother. It's not.
No. Hold on, wait a minute, brother. No, listen. Are you looking for honesty, or do you want me to just make them up out of the blue?
No,
Listen,
because if you say something, I'm going to ask you to give a reference. That's all. I'm just asking for clarity.
And I will give you a reference. But you're just going to have to give me time to actually look up the name, brother. Like I said, we're doing this on the whim. We're doing this on the fly.
Yes, we are. And I know a lot of stuff.
And one of the Fortune 500 companies that it was actually a record label for a long time, and it was called No Limit Records, by the way. I'm sure you remember that. Now, all right, so that was black-owned, you know what I'm saying?
But it was black-owned, but they got their distribution money from a white distribution outlet. So that's where they got their money.
Actually, no, they didn't. I'm going to answer it.
Yes, they did. They did. It was very well known. As a matter of fact,
they got it from Universal. They got it from Universal, which is owned by a Jewish man.
Wait. So you're trying to do the whites ain't really Jews and Jews ain't white? We doing that thing?
The Jews are white. The Jews are white folks.
Yeah, they're classified as white.
They're Middle Eastern. They're Middle Eastern. They're Middle Eastern.
Why do the Middle Easterns are classified as white here in the United States, sir? Look at the census.
I'll tell you this.
I'm not making that up. I mean, either I'm lying or the U.S. Census is lying.
Bro. I'm trying to answer it. I'm trying to answer it.
You just tried to run the whole Jews ain't really white
thing. No, I'm not. What I'm telling you is, if you believe that Middle Eastern people are white, Caucasian, okay,
that's exactly what they're classified as.
Let me answer it. And if you think that they're in the Ku Klux Klan and this white supremacy ordeal, you are out of your mind.
White supremacy ain't just the Klan. Those are white extremists. White supremacy ain't just the Klan. Those are white extremists. So if the Jews are not really white and they're Middle Eastern, can you please, Dave, define what a white person is genetically?
Genetically?
Yes.
Okay, genetically, it's people who come from the Caucasus Mountain, whatever. They say they come from this so-called race. What was it? God, what the Neanderthal people, which is total baloney, which is total baloney. All right, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what makes a person genetically white are people who come from the Caucasus Mountains.
Well, like I said, I'm not a biologist, so I really don't know. But like I said, the thing is, though,
okay, if you don't know, how do you know who's not white?
I don't accept that anyway. But go ahead.
Okay, but I just wanted to know what you just said. Who wasn't white, but you cannot quantify who is white. So that's.
Yes, I can tell you who's white. I can tell you who's white.
Okay.
You want to know who's white?
Okay, who's white?
George Bush. He was white.
Okay.
Now
what is George Bush? What's his ancestry? Because I'm not talking about specific people, because I'm just talking about genetic groups. I'm talking about different genetic groups from different geographical places, because I want to establish what this white thing is.
Okay. All right, I gave you the geographical area.
No, you just said the Caucasus Mountains, so there are a lot of people who are classified as white who are nowhere from the Caucasus Mountains. They're from places like England.
Yes.
England is not about the...
Classified white, listen to this. Just because they're classified white according to the scientific system that classifies humans and monkeys in the same class or family or whatever, it's in that same system, dude. So yeah, if you're talking about this false taxonomical system that they call scientific, then yeah, you can make the case with anybody. Like they say that whales and humans are related.
I'm just talking about humans. I just want to know who's white, brother. Who's considered white? From what part of Europe? Okay, you said the Caucasus Mountains.
Because you want the scientific answer, you want the genetic answer. It's the people who descend from the Caucasus Mountains. That's why they call them Caucasian.
Right.
Okay. All right.
There are a lot of people who descended from there. Jewish people, some of them descended from there.
That's baloney. I would like to see the proof of that. And not only do I want to see the proof, I want you to prove that it's actually scientifically accurate and not just a guess based off minimal DNA knowledge.
Because, sir, you have Russian Jews, and they're from that area. They're from right up under the Caucasus Mountains. And
but they're Jews, though. They're Jews.
Okay.
They're Jews. They're Jewish people who descended from Jacob, Isaac, all the way down those lines, Moses and all those folks that was enslaved in Egypt by black folks. So when you're going to pay them their reparations, go ahead.
Okay. But I'm still trying to quantify, because you said they're Jews, and that's a religion. Jewish is not a race.
Jewish is not a race?
No, it's not. It's a religion.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm trying to quantify this, because let me ask you this. Okay.
They're Israelites. They're from Turkey. They're from everywhere, bro. Like I said.
Now, speaking of African dates,
not Caucasian. You show me a Jew in the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, because you keep talking with white supremacists.
Yeah, and they're Jewish white supremacists, like Donald Sterling. Donald Sterling is a white supremacist.
He's a Jew. He's a Jewish supremacist.
He identifies himself as white. Why do so many Jews identify themselves as white then? Why does the United States...
I don't know why they do that. But to say that the Jewish people and white people are the same is completely ridiculous. And anybody listening to this knows that.
But why does the United States classify them as white just like every other one?
I don't care, because they're stupid. They're stupid like you. They're dumb like you.
Okay, I'll be that. So again, I just want to, because I don't want to point out because that's a lot of people wiggle out of stuff. Dave. See, Dave, come slow down. A lot of people wiggle out of stuff by saying, okay, he's not really white, he's this. He's not really white, he's that. So I just want to quantify and establish what a white person is so you don't wiggle out of that.
I ain't wiggling out of nothing, bro. If you're saying Jewish people are white people, you're out of your mind. Everybody knows that. There's no reason.
Not everybody. I mean, evidently they don't know it because they classify themselves as white. But they're classified as white.
Everybody knows that. Go ahead.
And you said white people are people from the Caucasus Mountains, but there's so many other people.
No, that's not what I say. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. But you asked for the genetic, geographical area that they came from.
Right.
And I gave it to you.
Right. And I just pointed out that Jewish people come from that area too, but you said there was something else.
See, I don't believe that.
They're there now. They're Jewish people around they're there now. They're there now, Dave.
Let me answer. I don't believe that, so I am not required to debate inside your fictional paradigm.
I'm not. It's not a fictitious paradigm. I'm asking you a question. It's a very straightforward question. Now, where in Europe are the white people? Which ones are white in Europe right now?
What do you mean? What do you mean where they're at? Go look at them. You can tell who's white.
Well, hell, Jewish people look white, but you said they're not really white. Jewish people look white. There's some pale-skinned Jewish people. You just told me they weren't white, so I'm confused now. So what exactly?
Let me tell you something. You have a special set of features, just like white people, just like blacks, just like Asians. I know that's racist. You don't want to hear the fact,
right?
But they do, right? And listen, you can look at Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's a Jew. And you can look at him and say,
he classifies himself as white.
Is he white, though? Is he really white? He's not. Because you look at his skin, hold on, let me finish. Just because you look at his skin.
So when do they, okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so when do they stop being white? Okay, so you said they can be from the Caucasus Mountains, but if they're mixed with something else, so when do they stop being white?
I don't believe it. What do you mean when do they stop being white?
Because you said the Caucasus Mountains, but they're mixed with something. When does a person white stop being white? Like a Jewish person looks white, but there's something about them that's not white. So what makes them white? How much of the African gene
makes them not white is that their genes structure their face in a certain way. Just like Native Americans have high cheekbones, guess what? You might see a light-skinned, white-looking Native American.
Mm-hmm.
But that does not make them white when you actually break it down to the genetic.
So why is it so easy for Jewish people to just change their name and blend in with white society?
I don't know. That's a dumb question.
Not really dumb. It's not really dumb. They do it all the time. Hell, we mentioned Donald Sterling. That's not even his real name. He changed his name.
You mentioned Donald Sterling. You mentioned Donald Sterling.
To make a point. He changed his name and he blends in with white society.
But don't lie and say I mentioned him, because I did.
I mentioned Donald Sterling because okay, calm down. Don't start trolling because you got to answer these questions, brother. You got to be intellectually honest.
I answered everyone.
Well, you kind of deflected.
Directly.
Okay. Well, now, are you classified as white? Do you consider yourself white?
I am classified as white.
Okay. Yes. Where's your ancestry from?
My ancestry is from America, right here.
Okay. Before they came to America, because white people were not here in America few hundred years ago, where did they come from before they came here?
From the Native Americans, and then when it came down to the line.
Are you doing
I'm trying to answer you.
Don't do. Oh Lord, did you try? Are you playing the Native American card on me, man?
No, you asked me. That's the truth. I mean, what do you want me to do?
You're trying to play the Native American card on me, dude.
Dude, my people came from the Apache Mountains. This is a fact.
Dude, you're lily white.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You are.
Listen to me. I'm white by your classification. But if you go down and look at all the genetic history that I have from my bloodline, I have people from Ireland all the way to the Apache Mountains. Hold on. Let me
You look more Irish. Brother, You're
finish.
Not Native American, Dave.
I didn't say I was. You asked me where my heritage came from. Now I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you go back to the heritage side of the native, it went all the way to my grandmother, by the way. Just so you know that. Her last name was Stone, which is a Native American name. All right? And she was full-blooded. White folks didn't listen. She was.
No, she wasn't, Dave. I don't believe that, Dave. I don't believe that.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you why I don't believe it. Let me tell you why I don't believe it, Dave. Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I don't believe you. Let me tell you why. Because you are what's called a $5 Indian.
Oh, Emma, I know. You're just a racist, bro. That's
not racist. White supremacists pull that Native American shit all the time.
No, they don't, bro. No, they don't.
Dave, white supremacists. Dave, listen, Dave. White supremacists. Dave. White supremacists used to put their name on Indian rolls back in the early 1900s so they can get some of those land grants that the government was giving out. And they started pretending to be Indian. You're a $5 Indian, Dave. Let's not be intellectually dishonest. There's nothing Native American about you.
Listen, and what you said has some truth with it. There is some people who out there do stuff like that. I mean, there's evil people in the world, but to project it on everybody like you're doing.
Well, I'm just projecting it on you because there's nothing Native American about you, Dave. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but there's just nothing Native American about you.
You don't know that. See, you don't know that.
You know that.
This is what I want you to do. Dan. I want prove it. I want you to prove it.
Oh, well, let's look at proof, because I'm a historian, and let's go back and look at just photographs of Native Americans before the year 1900. Most Native Americans, if you look at pictures before 1900, they were damn near my complexion. Native Americans were very dark people. As a matter of fact, if you see the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar for, I forgot the name of the movie. But in that movie that just came out, they kept referring to Native Americans as tree niggers. And there's a reason why, because Native Americans had the same phenotype and skin tone as black people. And many black people who were Native American got reclassified as Negro so they couldn't get some of the land benefits, but yet the $5 Indian white people would pay and get some of those benefits. So,
no, hey, listen. You put a lot there. That's the truth. But let me tell you why they did that. Because they're racist like you. They're doing the same thing that you're doing. You're classifying Jews with white people just because they're lighter than you.
Well, because they said they're white.
Let me finish.
Because the Jews said they're white.
That's what you said.
That's what they say. No, that's what they say. That's what the United States government says.
Don't backtrack now, brother.
No, that's what the government says. I'm just talking about government.
Don't backtrack now.
The government. I'm not backtracking. The government says that Jewish people who are light skinned are white.
Backtracking.
I'm not really backtracking. I'm just stating facts.
You just said, listen to this. Listen, and let me finish before you interrupt me, because this is absolutely going to destroy you.
Go ahead.
You just, I'm going to. You just said that those white people classified those Indians as tree niggers. That was your word.
Yes.
Because they look black. Hold on. And it's not true. It's not true. But you just said that Jews and whites are classified because they look alike. You just said that, but you just debunked yourself.
How did I do that? How did I debunk myself?
If you don't understand what I just said, then you have no common sense. I'm not going to keep explaining it to you. That was a plain statement.
What you just said, sir, didn't make any sense.
In English.
Okay, all right. You're trolling a little bit, Dave, because what you said didn't really make no correlation. It didn't really make any sense.
Bro. I don't care. I'm not going to argue with you about it. You said what you said. That's the end of that. That's the end of that.
Okay, so you are, okay, because you're just going to talk in circles.
Let's talk about white supremacy.
Let's talk about that. Because
all you're doing is deflecting, because you don't want to address the issue that we have a black president. You know that's what's coming next. Okay.
Yeah, we got a black president who's powerless and who's a token.
He's powerless? Really?
Yes.
He's powerless?
And you know it. If he had any real power, if he had any real power, you would be the first one in the streets taking up arms, and y'all know that.
That's not true.
It is true. Barack Obama, if he even thinks about doing anything for another black person, suspected white supremacists like you will be in the streets rioting. That's why he can't do anything. He can't even say African American, let alone do anything for an African American. And even if he did, Congress would reverse it the next day. So let's be real.
Like Obamacare?
Yeah, Obamacare helps poor white people more than anybody. That helps poor white people more than anybody. Let's stop with that now.
All right, go ahead. You mean like Obamacare? They'll just reverse it? They'll just reverse it?
Yeah, well, that's for white people too. So let's not go there.
What about black unemployment doubling under Obama? What about that?
Because we're in a system of white supremacy, and the white supremacists control the jobs. That's why. And it's doubling under Obama because the white supremacists are punishing black people collectively because of Obama being in office. That's why.
Oh, they are.
Yes, they are.
You're silly. You're silly.
You're not being silly. The facts are there. Well, the white supremacists control the jobs. You can't even mention. You can't even name a Fortune 500 company that's owned by black people. That's because we live in a system of white supremacy.
I name multi-billion-dollar companies like No Limit. They're multi-billion-dollar companies.
No Limit is not. I love Master P. It's not a multi-billion. So if you make up stuff,
yes, he is.
Sir, Master P is my neighbor. I live out here by Master P. He's not a. He doesn't have a multi-billion-dollar company. So all right, you're gonna start making up stuff. You're gonna start making up stuff. Okay.
I'm not gonna Google that. Beats by Dre worth $1 billion.
And that's owned by Apple, sir.
It's owned by Dr. Dre.
It's not owned by Dr. Dre. It's owned by Apple. And it wasn't owned by Dre in the first place. It wasn't owned by Dre. It wasn't. It was owned by another headphone company, sir.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. You're making them now.
I am.
Who made him? Who made him?
Oh man, it was a headphone company that made them, and they just branded Dre.
What's the name?
But
What's the name?
I want to say it's Mogul or something like that. Monster. I think it's Monster. It might be Monster. Look that up. It might be Monster. I know it starts with an M. But yeah, they gave him a deal. He didn't
own it. You know who made him? I'll tell you who made him.
Who made
him?
Who made him? Who made him?
Beat by Dre.
But it's owned by a parent company, sir.
It was owned independently by Dre.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I'm not arguing. That's a fact, bro. You can say whatever you want to say.
It wasn't owned independently.
$1 billion, a black man worth over $1 billion in a white supremacist system.
Yes,
yeah, right.
Yes, because it's one black person. Yes, one black person is not going to mess up the system.
There's multiple black people who are millionaires in this country.
And all of them are controlled by the white supremacists.
No, they're not, dude.
The white supremacists can take their money anytime.
What's their name then? What's their name?
What's the name? Sir, there's no database, so that's why we have to suspect many people to be white supremacists.
I can tell you their names. You want to know their name?
Name them.
David Rockefeller.
Oh, you about to do that
James
whole...
Darby. James Darby.
Oh, let me get... I can give you some... Well, all the forefathers...
Wait a minute. These are real white supremacists verified on record. Like, we could make racist statements all the time.
No, the white supremacist is anybody with speech, thought, or action who believe that they should be in a superior position over black people. That's the white supremacist. The white supremacist is the person who goes to court and gives a black person 1 million years in jail for stealing some candy. That's a white supremacist, but then give a white person a slap on the wrist. That's a white supremacist. A white supremacist is a teacher. Hold on, Dave. A white supremacist is a teacher that will specifically miseducate black children and funnel them into special education as a way to separate them from other white children. That's a white supremacist. So we have a whole bunch of that.
Show me one black person getting charged with 1 million years for candy. You're making up stuff, bro. You're going to the maximum extreme to make your argument valid.
There are black people who get draconian laws thrown at them. Black people, first-time offenders. You got black people who don't even commit crime. They get charged for the crime that another black person does. That happens all the time.
Why? If that happens to white people too.
No, it doesn't. You get no, you don't. You get lone wolf charges. No, you don't. You get lone wolf charges. No, it doesn't. White people are always categorized as lone wolves, and when you get charged, you get slaps on the wrist and released. Yes, you do. For the most part, yes, you do. You got to really create a heinous crime. Now, if you commit a crime against a black person, you'll get a free get out of jail free pass if you do that. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And that's what white supremacy is. White supremacy breaks down to, I can kill you with impunity. And white people in this country, they can kill black people with impunity. And that's white supremacy.
Can I come to you right now and get away with it?
Yeah, if you come up with a good enough lie, yes. If you come up with a good enough lie, yes. If you come up with a good enough lie, yes.
No, okay.
As long as it's not videotaped, yes. All you have to do is say, I felt threatened. I felt like I was being robbed. It was an accident. If you come up with a good enough lie, yes. It happens all the time, yes.
You're out of your mind.
Well, you don't know I'm white and I say so. Okay.
You are out of your mind if you think I can come kill you.
And by the way, Beats by Dre was partnered by Monster Cable. I just looked it up, so I was right. Okay, so you can Google that, by the way. But go ahead. And that's a white-owned company. That's a white-owned company by the white supremacists. But go ahead.
Sponsored by, not owned by. Sponsored by, okay?
Owned by. Don't try to play word games. They were owned.
Let me counter that point.
Now you're making up stuff. You're not countering. You're making up stuff. It was owned by Monster.
What does sponsored mean?
They were owned. They were
owned. I'm going to read you the definition of sponsor.
Okay, now you're getting into non sequiturs to deflect. Stop that.
No, right. I want you to tell me what sponsorship means. No, what does that mean? No, if I sponsor a baseball team, do I own that baseball team?
Dave. Now, white supremacy. Why do you people in the dominant society, why do you think you guys go out of your way to deny white supremacy so much?
Sponsor a person or organization that provides funds for a project, activity carried out by another in particular.
Dave, you're wasting time. Dave, you're boring the audience.
Now, I'll answer this dumb question that you got going on about why
let's not do the name calling, Dave. So why do white supremacists?
What now?
So why do people in the dominant society, such as yourself, why do you go out of your way to deny white supremacy when
I don't deny there's a certain element of racial, racial tension in the government where there's certain people like Robert Byrd and Hillary Clinton who are known KKK, Ku Klux Klan members, brother. You're right. Has the government been racist over the past 100, 400, 200 years? Yeah, it has been. But it's not the only one. When are you going to point out that black people own slaves too, and so we can move past it?
So you're using, so instead of taking responsibility, you just admitted that there's rape. All you did, you admitted, okay, there's rape, but that person over there raped 100 years ago too. So that's your...
Right. That's your argument.
That's your argument.
No, it's your argument. That's your same argument that you're making.
Basically, you acknowledge that there's a system of injustice, but let's just change the subject. That's your argument.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's stay on this subject because this is where I'm going to burn you.
Because, okay, let me burn you. Because what are you doing to replace the system? What are you doing to replace the current system of white supremacy with the system of justice? What are you doing to replace that?
There is no white supremacy.
You just said it. You
no,
just said it.
I said there's a racial element.
And that's the only racial element that's systematic is white supremacy. The only racial element that is systematic is white supremacy. Name another systematic racial system other than white supremacy. Name it.
Africans enslaved all the Muslims.
No, they didn't.
Sharia law.
Africans are totally dominated by white supremacy.
You won't let me answer.
Africans right now are dominated completely by the white supremacists. I'm talking now. I'm talking now. I'm talking now.
I don't care.
I know you're getting mad, but I'm talking now because you want to change the subject. I'm talking now. You're trying to deflect. I'm asking you a specific question.
I answer it?
Yes, but you're not going to change the subject. You're not going to change the subject. I want you to answer the question. You're not going to change the subject, though.
I'm trying to.
Name a system now that's racial other than white supremacy.
Sharia law enslaved everybody they come up under, and they got 27 million.
There is no system of Sharia law globally right now. Stop lying.
They have no white supremacists globally either.
There is no Sharia law that's global. The white supremacists can crush any Muslim country. The white supremacists can crush any Muslim country. What are you talking about?
Can we? Because we've been fighting them for 12 years and they've knocked the den on them. What are you talking about?
The white supremacists control all the Muslim countries. That's why they're over there in the Middle East destroying everything. The white supremacists control all of that.
Is that why Barack Obama funded ISIS in Libya?
Oh, dude, the white supremacists funded that.
Obama
was a puppet of white supremacy.
Answer the question.
Obama's a puppet of white supremacy. Obama is a puppet of white supremacy. So yes, the white supremacists funded that. Yes, the white supremacists funded that. Yes.
Don't deflect.
Ain't nobody deflected before Obama was even in the picture.
Why did Barack Obama fund ISIS in Libya?
The white supremacists funded that.
Oh, that is because it was Barack Obama who directed himself to send the money over there.
They've been funding Libya and all of those terrorist groups for years, way before Obama. Dude.
Listen. Tell me why.
They had all of those Middle Eastern leaders in their pocket. The Bush family had all those people. Look at Bush had all those Saudi people. Oh, come on. You're being intellectually dishonest.
No, that's true. That's true. Like I said, we've been funding.
You just tried to tell me there's a Sharia law system of racism.
Sharia law is a political system.
It's not a racial system. I'm talking about a system of racism.
Yes, it is, bro. The Middle Eastern. Listen, let me answer. The Middle East has 27 million black slaves today.
That's a lie.
No, it's not. Look it up.
That's a complete lie. That's a complete lie. We're in a system of white supremacy. We're the slaves over here. We're still enslaved by white supremacy.
You slave with the radio station.
We're enslaved. Yes, they got radio stations in prison. We're enslaved now. The prison industrial complex is a modern slave system right now. The prison industrial complex is a modern slave system. You're forced to work in there. You're phoned in there because of racially based laws. That's the main plantation right there. But white supremacy is a slave system. The drug laws, those are racially based. They use coded language. The drug laws, those are racially based.
It's coded?
I'm telling you, yes, they use coded language. Yes, they do. The white supremacists, they know. Listen to me.
Why can't I just go read it? Why can't I just go read it and see the racism?
But it's coded. They use coded language. The language is coded. You can read it. The white supremacists use codes.
Boy, you're a trip, boy.
I'm not a trip. You know what I'm saying is true. You know the codes. As a person who practices white supremacy,
really
you know the codes.
Like, you're really out of your mind. Like,
okay.
I mean, I love you. Listen, I love you. I love you more than anything on the planet. But you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Dave.
It's coded. It's coded now.
Dave. Let me ask you. So, Dave, the problem is not white supremacy. So the problem is Dave. The problem is black people, then, right?
No, the problem is you.
Okay. You said black. No.
Idiotic people like you.
Okay.
Stupid idiots like you who cannot let go of what happened in the past. We know it happened.
It's happening now. It's happening now, Dave. So millions of black people are lying, Dave?
Let me answer.
Millions of black people are lying, Dave?
Do I think black people are lying about being suppressed and oppressed?
Yes. So millions of black people, Dave, got together and told the same lie?
No, I don't believe they got together and told the same lie.
So why are millions of black people saying that we live in a system of white
supremacy?
Let me
answer. You can't let me give a piece of the answer.
Because you keep changing the subject. You keep changing the subject.
Let me flesh it out. Let me flesh it out. All right? A lot of them are just like you, who are chasing these mystical ghosts that think everything is racism, everything is oppression, everything. When you're completely free, all you got to do is just go be free. Listen.
How in a system of white supremacy? How?
You're doing right now, sir. The same way you're doing right now. The same way you run your Twitter page without nobody telling you anything, and you.
Well, no, they can ban me on Twitter. Black people get banned on Twitter all the time. Black people get banned on Twitter and Facebook. You talking about go be free? We live in a system of white supremacy. How do you be free in a system of white supremacy where white supremacists can kill you with impunity?
Why are they censoring me on Twitter, man?
Because if you challenge white supremacy, your Twitter page will get blocked. Your Facebook page will get blocked. That's not true.
Yes,
it is true. As a matter of fact, Facebook has been accused of racism many times against black people.
No, you're right. And they have. But that's a liberal system, bro. That's what I'm trying to get
liberal white supremacists. Yes, they are liberal white supremacists. So let's deal with white supremacy.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, listen. No, you're
liberal white supremacists. I agree. So let's deal with white supremacy.
I'm not going to disagree with you here. Listen, well, what I'm going to do is to tell you that these liberals, white supremacy, whatever you want to call it, they have black folks in a mind trap. They have white folks, these poor little white folks that run out here and they hold up signs and say America is Mexico and all this. They're all mentally enslaved.
Yeah, no, they're white supremacists. I agree. 100%.
I'm about to drop some knowledge on you.
I'm agreeing with you. I agree. They are white supremacists just like the Republicans.
Listen, but it's not a white supremacy thing now, brother. It's
you just said it was. You just said it was. You just said it was.
Maybe it was. But today, it's for everybody. Now. Not in the past. Today. Present.
No, because black people are still in the same position racially.
I'm going to tell you how we beat it. Because it has us all in the trap.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Me and you right now debating this nonsense with each other when me and you could be together at the town hall making a difference.
But the thing is, you believe in white supremacy and maintaining white supremacy, so you want to blame everything on me.
I'm right for everybody, but we have to identify where the rights are being violated. And we have to identify.
If you are telling me that my experience is not real, how are you helping me?
You're telling me mine's not there. See, your experience is real, but mine's not, right?
What's your experience?
My experience is, I'll tell you, listen, my experience is I'm around white people all day, and I can interview every one of them, and every one of them will tell you that slavery is bad. Every one. If there is a white supremacist overlay of any type of government, it is a very small faction.
No, it's not.
Listen. Yes, it is, because you can't have, listen, even back in slavery days, less than 5% of white people owned slaves.
But 100% of the white people benefited from it, though.
100%. No, you benefit from it today.
100% benefited from slavery. I should benefit from it. My ancestors built the country with their labor.
Okay, all right. So when have you given up all your privileges that you gained from slavery?
What are you talking about?
Because you benefit from it today, buddy.
How?
You benefit yourself.
How?
You're living in America in this free society, bro. You're on the internet.
We're not free. Black people can get killed with impunity.
You're not. I tell you what.
We live in a global system of white supremacy.
Listen. Them little buzzwords don't work for me. White supremacy.
I don't know what buzzword you're talking about. I'm just talking facts, sir.
White supremacy. You know, all that baloney. Listen, if you want to be,
I'm telling you, the white supremacists told me they were white supremacists. I'm not making that up. All the forefathers said they were white supremacists. The Supreme Court says we're in a system of white supremacy. I'm talking law. I'm talking law.
No, you ain't talking no law.
I am talking law. Look up the Supreme Court Dred Scott decision. All the forefathers said they were white supremacists. Either that's true or it's not true.
You cannot show me one law.
The Dred Scott decision. Look it up. The Dred Scott decision.
I will look it up. And like I said, bro, if you're talking about something that happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, you're probably right. It probably was racist in nature.
Oh, please. It never changed. It never changed.
Let me finish.
I'm letting you finish, but it never changed.
Let me fucking finish.
I'm letting you finish, but it never changed.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because what you're doing is you're taking two words and then you're busting right in. Not let me finish out the whole sentence.
So when did people stop practicing white supremacy?
No, I might disagree with you. And you never know because I might disagree with you at a certain point.
When did people? Okay, you're filibustering to waste time. And that's another tactic of white supremacy. Time wasting.
Filibuster is a white supremacist tactic.
Yes, because you talk in circles and waste time.
Like you're out of your mind.
And you're getting into ad hominem attacks so you can avoid dealing with facts.
Filibustering is white supremacy. Eating Cheerios is white supremacy. Having a bicycle is white supremacy. I mean, it's nonsense.
You can't tell me what area of activity is not dominated by white supremacy. You can't tell me.
It's not, bro. I mean, it just isn't.
What can you point to that say, hey, there's no white supremacy there whatsoever? What can you point to? Anything in this society?
I can point to you right now, being free, speaking your mind on this microphone.
I ain't free. You keep using these unquantifiable terms. I'm not free.
I have never seen a person who wasn't free that had a cell phone with 4G service. I'm sorry, I've never seen it. And you can keep believing that you're not free.
So a person is free because they have a cell phone? Why do they have cell phones in prison?
American-made suits, by the way.
They have cell phones in prison.
American-made suits, by the way, from white devils that you supposedly hate.
I don't use the term white devil, and I don't hate white people.
Give the white devil back his phone. You're not going to give the white devil back.
Where am I going to get anything from? The white supremacists control everything. I will be naked. The white supremacists control everything.
Are you going to give us back our internet? Are you going to give us back our internet? Is that what you're going to do?
Well, give us everything? Actually, it was a black guy who created the internet, Philip Ngwali. Look up that name. It was a black guy who created the internet.
But I baited you into that. Listen, I baited you into that because now you have to admit that white supremacists funded it. So where you at?
White supremacists did what? I didn't hear you. What?
Did white supremacy fund it? Did white supremacy fund it?
Oh, yeah, most likely they did, yes.
I got you. That's the conversation.
Oh, yeah, they did. White supremacy, they fund everything because the white, they own everything.
I baited you into it.
Well, you didn't bait me. I actually agree with you. I agreed with you. Yes, they did fund it because the white supremacy.
No. You agreed, and you had no choice but to agree.
No, I was going to agree. I know the white supremacists
fund it. You were going to give the credit to the black man.
Not for funding it, no. For creating it, no. We create a lot of stuff.
I do give the credit to the black person.
We create a lot of stuff, sir. Black folks create a lot of stuff that's stolen by the white supremacists. We create a lot of stuff that's stolen by your people. So yeah,
my people didn't steal nothing. My people ain't stole nothing.
Yeah, we just found out that the Jack Daniels whiskey was created by a black man.
Hey, listen to this, buddy. Hey, listen to this. And if you think I did steal something, come get it. Come get it. If you think I got something to share, you come get it.
Well, you personally, you're a lower level white supremacist. You're more of a foot soldier. You're a lower level white supremacist.
Come get it. You come get it if you think I got what you.
You're a lower level white supremacist. You're more of a foot soldier for white supremacy.
What do I owe you? What do I owe you, brother?
Well, what you need to do is replace the system of white supremacy with justice.
What you need to do is shut up.
Well, no, I'm not going to shut up. I mean, now you're talking like a crazy white supremacist.
I tell you what, you talking crazy.
Sir, you're talking like a stop. Now you're trying to get into some tough guy shit. Stop.
If you listen
now you sound like Barney
Fife. You can't get what you think I owe you. You can't get what you think I owe you. Because I agree to you. But you ain't gonna like it.
Well, you're a hillbilly, dude. You don't have nothing but a meth pipe. You don't have anything to give. But you still maintain white supremacy, though. I mean, you're a lower-level hillbilly who's probably in a trailer, but you still maintain white supremacy, and you have more power than me.
Answer the question. That's how
because you have more power than me, even though you're a redneck meth smoking.
What are you, buddy? Tell me what are you?
You're a meth smoking hillbilly. Unfortunately, you have more power than me in a system of white supremacy.
Tell me what are you, buddy?
Okay, you keep talking about something that you owe me. I don't know what that means.
I said you tell me what I owe you.
And I just told you you're a broke.
My time, so you tell me what I owe you.
You don't have anything. You're a broke hillbilly, but you got whiteness though.
What you got
whiteness though.
Now listen to this.
You got whiteness though.
Tell me what I owe you. I'll give it to you.
You got whiteness though. Yeah.
All right, you can have it. Me and you can trade lives any day you want.
Oh, please. You love that white. That whiteness makes you wake up in the day. That makes you put your whiteness makes you put down your meth.
I'm not going to do this all night with you. I'm not going to do this all night. Now listen, you go ahead and tell me. Let's see, let me tell you something, buddy. I was going to give the credit to the black man that invented the internet. Because unlike you, listen, shut up.
Unlike you. Dude, stop with the tough guy stuff. You're not tough. You're a little meth smoking hillbilly. Stop it. Okay. Go ahead. All right, stop with the tough guy stuff. You're not that doesn't one thing, I'm not afraid of the white supremacists, but I know you're a white supremacist, but I'm not afraid of it.
You're not afraid of me, buddy. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, you're not gonna do that. If I came up to you, you would just call
I got a red belt jiu-jitsu. I could break you, son.
You would get on the phone and call the race soldiers so fast. You're not gonna jiu-jitsu anymore.
All right, let's find out.
Let's stop, dude. You're earnest. You're Barney Fife.
That's what you say.
You would throw your meth pipe back.
I owe you something. You say I owe you something, but I don't see you coming to take it. Anybody out there thinks I owe you something, come get it.
Well, what am I going to do at your trailer park? I don't want to come to your trailer.
I live in it. You're going to die if you come around here.
Yeah, I don't want to come to your trailer park.
I want you to do. You're going to leave in a casket.
Oh, please. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you?
I tell you, anybody out there right now that's listening, think I owe you something.
You don't have anything but whiteness. That's all you have, and that's enough.
My address on Twitter, and I put it on there right now, and you can come see me and tell me I owe you something.
So you can call the police on them? So you can call the race soldiers on them and say that?
No.
Yes, y'all white supremacists are very good at that tough talk. If somebody steps to you.
Listen, all right.
Stop it. You're nothing without the race soldiers. Stop it. Stop the tough guy. All of you guys are tough as long as the race soldiers are right there backing you up. Stop it.
I'm all alone, but
you're nothing without race soldiers backing you up. Just like the regular white supremacists.
They're going to be black folks.
You can never catch a fair one. Stop it. Stop acting tough. The system of white supremacy backs you up, so stop with the tough guys. All right. So you've established that you're white supremacist.
Black folks.
Okay. So I guess you like maintaining the system of white supremacy. What should so are you saying right? So black people are the problem, right?
You're the problem.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what should you white people do with all of us problem black people? What should y'all do? Because y'all complain all the time. Y'all made a religion. You made a religion out of whining.
I know. I'm on it. We should love them and we should fight with them. But what we need to do is we need to identify a real enemy. We can't just keep saying institutionalized racism and white supremacy. We have to point it out.
You keep saying black people are the problem. We do crime. We don't graduate. What should you white people do?
I never said that black people
What should you white people do with black folks?
No, what I'm telling you is that you're responsible for your own actions.
What should you do for all of us irresponsible black people? What should you as white people do? What should y'all do?
I ain't doing a damn thing for you. That's your problem if you ain't responsible. That's
all right, since we're a problem, since we are not responsible and we are a problem, and you made it your life mission to point out black problems, what should be done as a solution for the black problem?
Go get a job, mother. I mean, it's so simple.
We don't want to work. You said it. We don't want to work. We're not responsible. We don't want to work. So what should you do to black people who don't want to work? What's the solution?
Nothing. I'm not going to do nothing.
Well, why are you complaining about black people nonstop? Why have you made it your life mission to complain? You've made whining a religion. Then stop whining about black people if you're not going to do anything about it.
I'm not. What I'm telling you
Stop whining about black people if you're not going to do anything about it.
That's whatever you're going to say. But what I'm telling you is that
all you're doing is whining.
Okay, listen. Are you gonna let me answer?
Complaining about a problem without a solution is whining. I don't want to hear no punk
I
whining.
told you the solution.
You did give a solution.
Yes, I did.
All you're doing is whining about black people, and that has become your religion. Either stop whining or do something about it, because we're tired of your whining. And you're tough. What are you going to do about the black problem?
What are you going to do about the black problem?
I'm a victim of white supremacy. I'm a problem. I'm not smart enough to know. What are you, as white supremacists, going to do about the black problem?
We're not going to do
nothing. Well, stop complaining. All right? Since you don't know, stop complaining. All right, now you're just talking in circles. You just let me know everything you're about. Nothing. You're about whining and complaining. So you're a professional whiner. You sit up and whine about victims of white supremacy, and you're talking in circles, and you're a professional white supremacist time maker. You're not going to time waster. Yeah. So basically, your job in life is to sit up and whine about black people nonstop. I don't want to hear you whining. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day.